What's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Married to Medicine Season 1, Episode 8, which is also the season finale. I don't even think that they're having a reunion, you guys. So this is it. Let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so the show just kind of opens with us seeing the girls in their various days. Okay, Noelle with her daughter dancing. Okay, little tiny Robert getting on Shanique's nerves. Asher reporting for work. Imani and Phil. Okay, after they send the little boy off, we find out that her sister is coming to visit them so that they can meet Phil and Idris. So they're excited about that because Idris and her sister's son, they're a year apart, and they seem to have quite a bit in common. Oh my goodness, kids at that age, they're speeding through this parking lot. Crazy ass driving. You know, they're anxious for the kids to meet. She's nervous though because she does realize that she has a strong personality. It's one thing to talk to somebody on the phone or even on FaceTime, but once you guys get into each other's presence, you know, the energy might not be right and it could go awry. So she's not really sure. But we see her sister and her son, you know, Imani's nephew, come by, and she's the exact same way that she was on the phone. I was watching real close because I was trying to figure out if I felt like they had met each other ahead of time or if they just did it on camera, and I feel like maybe they did meet ahead of time. Partially, I was like, well, maybe not, but then I was just like, maybe they have. But still, it seemed genuine enough. Maybe it had happened right before this scene just so they can take the edge off. But the sister is happy. She's crying. You know, Imani is just like, don't cry, don't cry. You know, this is a happy time. The boys seem to hit it off okay. You know, at that age, as kids are awkward and don't really know what to say. But like I said, they both like video games, Minecraft, Fortnite. So kids can always bond over that. But they're all tripping over the fact that the kids actually look alike. And Imani and her sister actually look alike to me as well. Her sister is bigger, is fuller, obviously. But you can tell in their bone structures in their face that they actually look a lot alike. And their eyes actually look a lot alike as well. So I was happy for them. So after the boys go off to play their games and Phil leaves because he has a meeting. Now, did we say what Phil do? Is he still a musician or is he doing other things? But they sit down and they're talking, and Imani is real happy. She says she feels like a piece of her life was missing and she didn't even realize that it was gone, but now it's back to her. So they're talking about, you know, just what it's been like since them two, you know, were separated, well, away from each other and didn't even know it. It's just strange to me how the sister always brings up the father. You know, she has this full relationship with the dad, and the dad's not willing to do that with Imani. It's just weird to me. I really honestly feel like that dad is going to come around, because when she said, you know, dad texted me and he said, you know, this is a great thing. My girls are going to be back together. And I was just like, Imani feels really good, just the fact that the father is saying these things about her. But if I was Imani, and this is why, you know, everybody's hearts are different, I would just be like, well, damn, if he can talk about me, then why can't he talk to me? And that would frustrate me. But Imani is in this place where she just wants any little crumb of something from her dad. So that's probably why it's so strange like that. I think I just completely skipped over Imani meeting her sister. Imani and her sister met ahead of time before she met the family. I skipped all that. But you guys, it's not that big of a deal, because they hit it off well, and now, you know, that once they decided to let the kids meet, now this is where we are now. Her sister asks her, what does she do, you know, for fun and hang out with, and Imani tells her about her girls out there in LA that she hangs out with. As a matter of fact, she's going to be having this party. She's going to invite everybody there, and they can even invite their friends, but you know, she's just highlighting, you know, black medical professionals in Los Angeles. So that's what her party will be about. So she's having this party. I'm not sure if she was inviting her sister. I don't think her sister was at the party, but she's just letting her know, and I guess in part letting us know about this party. But yeah, I was happy to see Imani and her sister. You know, they're in the honeymoon stages, so everything is I love you, I love you, I love you. They may stay there, okay? But you know, it's also realistic to think that maybe down the line, you know, when we really start getting to the nitty gritty of things, that, you know, they'll have to work through a few things, but maybe not. It just sort of depends. But right now, everybody is very, very happy to be with each other, and I was glad for her for that. Now we see Jasmine and Shanique. They meet for dinner. Shanique is upset, you know, because she feels like little tiny Robert, you know, made her feel bad about the fact that, you know, she works and she doesn't want to quit. All the people who love her right now are not listening to her. So she's very frustrated about that. You know, she felt diminished in that conversation, and she's been in her career for 15 years. So even though, you know, it's not as big as what the fuck you doing over there, it still means something to me. So don't make me feel small for me having a job that does not necessarily hold the same, you know, the same, what is the word that I'm looking for? The same, y'all know what I'm talking about? Okay, just because you are a doctor, don't make my shit seem like it's some bullshit. Jasmine says, well, you know, just because you are this super mom, you know, you have a hard time expressing yourself. And that's not how it should be. So later on, we see little tiny Robert and the kids. He says that, look, he works 36-hour shifts. Sometimes when he gets home, he is emotionally drained. He just does not have it to connect with people at that time. Okay. And I totally can understand that when he said it, because I would imagine your emotions go through a lot as a doctor, especially in urgent care or the emergency room, and you have got to check yourself so many times that, you know, you probably just get to this point where you just in that mode all the time. So I was going to give little tiny Robert a pass on that one, you guys. But he says that he definitely hears his wife. Probably shouldn't have said what he said. So now he's in the doghouse. Him and the kids are going to try to, you know, work it out and, you know, make her feel good, you know. So he cooks his infamous lasagna, and the kids are, you know, going to wait on her. And, you know, the daughter has the flowers. So when she comes home from a hard day at work, you know, they meet her at the door. They're dressed nicely. They take her out to the patio. He, you know, the little boy brings the wine out for her, and he was like, this is my favorite meal to cook for you. I was like, nigga, that's the only meal you know how to cook. You perfect that one, child. I can fuck up some chicken and cream and mushroom soup with the rice and the corn. Child, can't nobody do it better than me. That was my signature meal for my means when I thought I was trying to get one up. Anyway, you know, he just basically tells her, listen, I hear you. I was fucked up what I said. I shouldn't have said what I said. You know, your job is important. If it's important to you, it's important to me. You know, he said all of the right things. And she was just like, yeah, because it was hurtful what you said. He says, I know. And you do it all. When I look at you, you are a super mom to me. And that made her so happy. She wants to be known as this super mom, super woman that does it all. So the fact that he said that and he recognizes that she is that, now she was just like, okay, well, good. I know I'm a super woman. I knew I was a super mom. That is the title that she wants. And I guess it's just going to be difficult for her. She wants that, but I guess she wants him to appreciate her more doing that. I mean, that's all I could get out of that. But definitely when he said that, she felt much better. And they seem to be okay now. So little tiny Robert has fixed the issues in his marriage. We see Noelle and Asha. They're jogging. Okay, they like to work out together, and they run to the little smoothie, you know, little cafe where they can grab a lunch. And, you know, they're talking about Asha's new gig. Remember, she got the job on Days of Our Life. They made it seem like she was going to be doing something. I was like, girl, this little 5 lines, not even 5 lines, like 5 words. When they showed the clip, I was like, that's some bullshit, y'all. But, hey, baby steps. Like I said, you guys tell me that she's on Stars. I don't know if she's a permanent character on there, but she's been on there enough for you guys to recognize that she is out there working, so good for Asha. Now, she tells us that she did think she was pregnant because her and Dr. Larry been around there fucking like, little rabbits, and she checked her little, her stick, and she's not pregnant, you guys. And she said she called Dr. Larry, and Dr. Larry was so disappointed she could hear it in his voice. I said, girl, you lie, I don't care who tell it. Where the video at? We always get to see everybody else's shit. I want to hear Dr. Larry being disappointed about you not being pregnant. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. But Noelle tells her, girl, it takes a little time, okay? It could take 9 months for you can finally, get pregnant. So just relax, chill. It's going to happen when it needs to happen. And Asha says she knows that it's a process, so she is going to have faith that it will happen. Now we see Britton. Britton is on the phone with Mack. Mack looking as frustrated and as tired as usual. And she tells him that she got the job, that this is the dream job that she wanted. He was just like, okay, well, good. You got the job. Now, when does the job start? Doesn't start till next year because they're building out the surgery centers. And he was like, okay, that's fine. So what you need to do is bring that ass on back to Orlando because these fucking kids are driving me crazy. I really, really need you to be here. Now, I was listening and I was just like, okay, well, I mean, what can we do? You got to compromise some kind of way. You're not saying that you can't take the job, that we won't move, even though I don't know how we going to do this because we still got to find a fucking house. And it is even harder when you're not there. But he was just like, you got to come on back to Orlando. She was like, well, are you going to help me find a house? And he was like, I mean, I help as much as I can, but I got to do what I got to do here. Again, he is going to put it all on her. But she can make the compromise. Okay, I'll come on back because really there's no reason for her to stay there now. I guess she can work in Orlando until she, her dream job opens up. But again, it's going to be a hell of a lot harder for her to find a place all the way from Orlando. You thought you was having a hard time while you sitting right up there in Los Angeles. But this dream job is really supposed to help her because she's saying that, the way she was explaining it, it sounds like a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, no holidays, no weekends. Okay, I was like, girl, you working at Kaiser Permanente? Good for Britton. She's got her job. We just got to find a house. Now it's the day of the party. We see everybody getting ready. Britton talking to her man on FaceTime as usual. Noelle's daughter teasing that they was all catty at the last event. Asha bummed that Dr. Larry can't come. I said, I bet you Dr. Larry ain't bummed. Where's the video? We want to see how bummed that Dr. Larry is that he can't come to the party. Dr. Larry ain't been around the whole fucking season. We even had Noelle's damn husband at one point. And then onto this medical mixer. So we see Phil and Imani get there first. And, it's all set up nicely. Phil is impressed with, his wife. How she's, mwah! Everything is just perfect, to the food, to the photo booth, to the, the trio that's there playing the string instruments. Yes, all very, very good. So fine. Britton gets there first. And she looks really nice. I must say that Britton probably is the best dressed out of everybody on the show. She always looks good. I always love her style. They sit down and Britton tells her how she is going to be going back to Orlando because that is the compromise that her and Mack have made. Her and Imani obviously must have been friends for years. I think since '94. So Imani gets it. Like, what else can you do? You got a family. You're going to be here. They're going to be there. She misses her family. She wants to be around her kids. Mack is at his wit's end. He can't take it no more, and so fine. She's going home. She'll be back, which will work out fine with this show because when she gets back, I'm sure she'll have a place and, then everybody will be there and then we won't even have to worry about this no more. The next story will be how much Mack hates it in Los Angeles, but that's for next season. Then we see the rest of the girls starting to get there. Jasmine comes with her husband's sister this time. Okay, baby girl just can't seem to roll alone. Shanique is there with little tiny Robert. Asha's there, and Asha says she's so tired of fighting about all of this, and so does Shanique. Shanique is just like, I am going to be, just the bigger one. She doesn't even deserve my energy over this anymore. I really do feel like Asha just wants to stay mad. It's one thing for you to not trust somebody. Fine, don't trust them. Okay, keep your good eye on them. But as far as keeping this energy up trying to be mad at somebody, it just really takes too much. And it turns out that you just be the mad one. They be having a good ass time and moving on with their life, and you just be staying mad. Girl, it's not even worth it. So I guess they've moved past that, even though we see Asha kind of cutting her eyes at her occasionally at this party. Jasmine even tells her that she's tired of being mad at Imani. As long as the bitch keep her man's name out of her mouth, then they will be fine. But she's not, she's going to choose to spread love instead of anything else. So that's where all the girls are right now. Ooh, I'm telling you, they're gonna hit each other. They are speeding through this parking lot like crazy. Everybody is slamming on their brakes and everything. As far as the men are concerned, we only really see little tiny Robert and Phil. They actually seem to really like each other. They seem like they have a cool relationship. Phil seems cool anyway. And really, little tiny Robert, I call him LTR because of my notes. I have him in here as LTR. But, he actually seems like he is cool too, okay, when he's not in asshole mode. So, they seem to be happy with each other. So, it's all good. We saw Jasmine and Imani, seem to make up. Imani has her hands full with drinks, but she walks up to Jasmine, and Jasmine actually hugs her. Jasmine's like, we being fake as fuck right now, but it's all good. And Imani is like, it's all good. Again, not enough energy for them to be fighting over something as trivial as this. Okay, yes, it could have gotten bigger, but it's squashed. Now we know that her husband is not a drug dealer. We're not going to even go on with that narrative any longer. Then we see Imani get up on the mic, and she's just saying how she's glad everybody is there, that they are all important to her. She says all her girls are important, Britton and Shanique and Jasmine and Asha and Noelle. She does see them, she appreciates them. And then Asha, forever the actress, can I say something? I guess they had chosen Asha to be the one. But anyway, Asha gets up there on the mic and says that, yeah, they do love each other. They there for each other. She wants Britton to come up there. They got a dog tag for Britton because I guess Britton didn't have a dog tag last week. So they get a dog tag for Britton, and she is, what did they say? They said she's Surgeon Switzerland, okay, because she is Switzerland to the bullshit. I was like, yes, that's the best way to be. Okay, for you to remain neutral, you stay out of bullshit. You can try to fix things if you can, but if you can't, you can just leave it alone. That's why I like Britton. And evidently Britton is the one that brought all the girls together for this show. So they have a special love for Britton, and she's going to be the one that's the pretty level-headed one out of all of these different personalities. So fine, she gives them, they give her dog tag, and then they say they're going to take some pictures in the photo booth, and the girls all get together in the booth and they take the pictures, and they all seem very happy, and it all ends very easily and happily. Okay, so we didn't have much drama. This is 8 episodes. We just trying to feel everybody out and figure out what we want to talk about, how we want to present ourselves. So it was a cool enough first season, but it's a wrap on that. Like I said, I don't even know if they're going to have a reunion. Does anybody out there know? Alright, rock stars, that's it. About to run into Target and then get on back to work. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.